Alright. Let's start off with all praises go to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash. And we'll get a shout out to double honors to the apostles and elders and the brethren of the camp Great Millstone, GMS Great Millstone. You know, I'm not part of Great Millstone, but it's a camp who I follow, who I learn 100% truth from. Shalom. And all you Akim and Aqua who is listening and learning and studying. Okay, so let me see. Let me start off. Man, we're going to be in the book of we're going to be a little bit everywhere today. Not everywhere, but what can I say? We're in the book of Romans, 1 Corinthians. We're going to start off with 1 Corinthians, though. Because, you know, with everything that's going on, man, it's like we still supposed to keep order. Even though we seen what happened at the White House, well, at Capitol Hill, protesters storming the building. One woman ended up getting shot and killed. All this is supposed to happen, but we still supposed to keep order. And I know some of the elders that made a video yesterday, about women, what they supposed to do. A couple elders of GMS, South Carolina, and GMS, Mississippi. And we still supposed to keep the order. We're not supposed to go off, especially for you women, because I see, like, you know, I just been seeing a lot of like grotesque things with women going on, shit that they doing, you know, shit that's showing up on, YouTube, World Star Hip Hop. Listen, I just seen a video from a brother out there from the West Coast, GMS, and there's this Jake woman, and she was busy getting it in with another dude, with another Jake, and I guess her boyfriend called, and she had Jake pick up the phone while she's getting thrust through, man. She just getting rammed from the back, you know. Jake picked up the phone and just said, talking about, yeah, I'm fucking your, you know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-whoop, I'm fucking your bitch, whatever, and all this, you know, nigga shit. And she was just grinning. This was her idea, this was her plan. And it's just filthy, man. These women completely out of order. And that's not just the only thing, man. These women just been out of order overall, period. Especially like the southern kingdom. Not to say that northern kingdom women's out of order, but because they go off too. But it's more of a southern kingdom thing, man. The so-called black woman, man, is at an all-time high, man. Slutted out, man. Look, man, zero respect, and they gonna be put to death. And there's not much we can do because the prophets gave them the warning. They know right from wrong. They choose to be heartless and little slut buckets out here. So be it. They want to twerk. They want to out there be doing thought shit. Let them. That's they pussy. Let they pussy get thrust through. There's a place for them. So we wanted to go ahead and start off with let's start off with 1 Corinthians. That's why it's good for sometimes Jake, man, you know, to be chased, like, you know, to not be involved with women, it's a good thing. But since we are in the flesh, we do have that burning desire. We desire women. But for those of us that can hold back, you know, it's a good thing to not be like involved with a woman. It's a good thing. Now concerning, we're in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. See, it's a good thing. This is Paul, the Apostle Paul, writing to the church of Corinth. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, If you're not dealing with a woman, you ain't gotta worry about that. You know what I'm saying? But if you have that burning desire, go get your woman. But go get your own woman, a woman who doesn't belong to another man. And likewise, you sisters, you want a man, go get a brother who doesn't belong to another woman, or who's not. Well, let me reiterate that. You brothers can go get a woman as long as she doesn't belong to another man. And you sisters, if you see a brother and you want to deal with him, and if the brother want to deal with you, and you not dealing with another man at that time, then yeah, then be with a man. He might have another woman, but it's if you choose to be with him anyways, that's fine. You're not going off. You just can't be dealing with multiple men. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife. Let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also unto the wife unto the husband, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. So man, you got a woman, if she wants some, you got to give it to her. If she want to get it in, you got to put it down. And likewise, your woman, if your husband want to put it down, he wants some, you got to give it to him. You got to give due benevolence. The wife hath not power over her own body, but the husband. And likewise, also the husband hath not power over his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your for your incontinency. But I speak this by permission, and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as I myself, but every man have his proper gift of God, Yahweh. But every man have his proper gift of Yahweh, the Most High. One after this manner, and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. Meaning, like, if you don't, it is good to be chaste. Like, okay, you a man, you ain't got no woman, you're not involved with a woman. That's good. It's a good thing. If you can repair, if you can fight your flesh, and you can overcome your desires of the flesh and not be with a woman, and that burning desire, you can overcome it, then that's a good thing. And you women likewise also, that applies to you too. If you can go without a man, but you don't deal with no man, no anything, and you just remain like that, it is good. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. So if you're one of those brothers, man, that you can't overcome that burning desire of the flesh, then go ahead and you marry. Go get your woman, man. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. You women, so you better choose carefully. When you deal with a man, you gotta choose carefully, because it ain't no, oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hook up with you, and then kind of find out the brother ain't what you thought it was, and then now you wanna go ahead, you wanna up and leave. Oh, nah, you can't do that. According to the scriptures, that's considered adultery. Even if the brother is in the world, even if the brother is not the best of men, you still have to remain with that brother. That's why you choose your man wisely, because it's like you are bound to that brother until death, or you'll be considered an adulteress. But now most women now, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let. You know, you're supposed to follow the law to the best of your ability. Yeah, we all go off, but we're supposed to correct ourselves. But these women, that law, they abhor that law, because they be like, nah, I'm not gonna stay with a brother if he this and that. He can't treat me right, or he put his hands on me, or he do this and that, or he has certain habits. I'm not gonna stay with him. What they gonna do? Jump on the dick carousel. But I think pretty much this chapter correct will cover this all. If I'm doing another lesson, I'll jump into Romans and the other books. God, most Yahweh willing. So you women, like, you can't be riding the dick carousel. That's why, man, you deal with a brother, man, you gotta choose that brother. Because once you lay with that brother and you know what I'm saying, you get involved with him, that's it. It's either that or you gonna be an adulteress. And some women, that, like, the way how I see it, like, they mindset, they don't care if they're an adulteress. They care if not, you know what I'm saying? So they gonna jump from dick to dick. They don't give a fuck. Because they not gonna stay with one dude. And if you are a woman and you are like that, then listen, man, then let the Most High reserve you and keep you. But the other women out there, man, who just don't give a fuck and who know they jump from dick to dick, riding that dick carousel with no shame, oh, man, you know what's at the end of the door for you. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. But, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband. And let not the husband put away his wife. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. And the woman which hath a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. See, meaning, like, for you brothers in the truth, if you got a woman, she's not in the truth, don't put her away because she's not in the truth. What if she wanted to stay with you? She still want to stay with you, even though she knows you in the truth and she's not. She's part of the world and she still desires to stay with you. Put her not away. Keep her. She still wants you. Let him not put. And the woman which have a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Now, for you sisters, that if you in the truth and your husband is not in the truth, and don't leave him, because that be considered adultery anyway. Well, if you do, you can't be with no other man. That's what it would be. Or other than that, it would be considered adultery. You will be considered an adulteress. But let's say if you do leave that man for a period of time and you decide, okay, you know what? You want to get back with a man, you must reconcile with the man that you left, your husband. You can't go be with another brother. You can't go get another husband or another man. If you decide you want to be with a man again, the man that you left with, which was your husband, that's who you return to. You reconcile. Or if not, then you remain single, or you remain just like that, and you don't deal with no other brother, unless the only thing that can release you from that is if the death of your husband. And the woman which have a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but Yahweh hath called us to peace. For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? Because you don't know. Because for the unbelieving wife, could be saved through the believing husband. And for the unbelieving husband, could be saved through the believing wife. You don't know that. You don't know how, like, your spouse, your significant other might get saved through you, whether they're in the truth or not. Just alone the fact that you're in the truth and your faith is great, and the Most High see fit to, preserve you and your household, then so be it. He'll do it. He's a judge, man. He's a director. He give everybody their roles, and he wrote the play. This is his movie. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But as Yahweh hath distributed to every man, as the Lord hath called everyone, so let him walk. And so ordain I in all churches. Is any man called being circumcised? Let him not become uncircumcised. Is any called in uncircumcision? Let him not be circumcised. Circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing, but the keeping of the commandments of Yahweh, that every man abide in the same calling where he was called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it, but if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. For he that is called in the Lord being a servant is the Lord's freeman. Likewise, also he that is called being free is Hamashiach's servant. Ye are bought with a price. Be not ye the servants of men. Brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide with Yahweh. Now concerning the virgins, I have no commandment of the Lord Hamashiach, yet I give my judgment as one that hath obtained mercy of the Lord to be faithful. I suppose therefore that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. That's, you know, that he's pretty clear cut. But if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, and if a virgin marry, she has not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh. For we are in the flesh, we're going to have trouble. But I spare you. But this I say, brethren, this time is short, it remaineth that both they that had wives be as though they had none. It's the times that we in. Even the brothers that do got wives, that do got women. Listen, man, we're in a time where it's like, if you don't, this truth has to be our focus, our priority, even before everything. Our jobs, our women, our children, our homes, what they call money, FRNs. This truth has to become first. Family, friends. This truth comes before all that. Truth trumps all that. Time is short. This is our ticket out of here. And if we put anything before this, we're not on the train. See, I'll read it again. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. And I want to tell you, brothers, like, you know, that doesn't mean neglect your responsibilities or not take care of your household. All I'm just saying is there's an order in things. It's Yahweh Shai, man, woman, and child. And you brothers must be careful to not forget that. That applies to me as well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. And I'm gonna pick up another lesson. But that's Jake for you though, boy. Like, you know, Jake recognized Jake, but Jake just asked me if I had some trees. Nah, man. I'm not in the world no more, man. I'm not on that. Do I have some trees? Anyways, man, let me get back to this. It's crazy. Let me get back to this. I'm gonna end the lesson off here. I hope this little quick hit was edifying. It's gonna be on to the next. Shalom.